Hey guys, I'll give it a minute for a few of you to get in here, but Justice Jake's trial has ended. I did, I had to miss most of it uh, due to them claiming that they wanted to call me as a witness, the prosecution. While I was there, they never did. I was not there today. Hi, Justice Jake. Welcome. Um, Anyway, I was not there most of the day today for various reasons, but uh, I got there. Oh, I tried to get there as soon as I found out that the jury was going in for their verdict. Anyway, didn't make it in time anyway. But Justice Jake's trial is completely over, and he has been convicted of battery against Jim, regular battery, not on a peace officer, which is just weird anyway. And also for obstructing Jim closing the door when Jim and all his people, Donna, Reva, claimed that Jim's hand was behind his back the whole time because he wasn't battering me, remember? He didn't have his hand on me, remember? And I was standing right there. So either way, Jim was never trying to close the door. He even said it. His hand was behind his back. But nonetheless, unfortunately, that's what he got. Even when they were doing jury selection, it was ungodly crazy how many of them were related to the LaSalle County deputies. Even like the deputy's baby mama, she tried to say, oh, that wouldn't give me an opinion either way. Even the certain people on the trial, they had heard of this case already, which we knew what happened. Jacob tried to get his trial moved out of the county. I'm doing all right. I'm just bummed out for him. You know, it's pretty disappointing, especially when it's untrue. That's the most disappointing part. And they dropped the initial charge, which is how Jacob was able to have his phone completely seized and sent to me, all of it. But yeah, but he put up a good fight, and he did the best he could against a bunch of tyrant clowns. Me, of course, I was already on my way. I had some extra kids in my possession kind of had a little emergency in the friend group, so once I had all the kiddies settled, I was heading over there, and then literally I was like pulling down the street when he gave me the call. I'm like, oh my God. I was just honestly shocked. But you know what was weird is when I pulled up there, I got this really bad feeling after having pretty positive feelings for as much as you can for like a pro se case against these little tyrants that are running around. Donna testified, Lou Riva testified, Jim testified. Am I missing anybody? I did not testify. I still think they didn't want me to testify. I'm gonna tell you because you know what, I had a lot to say, and it was all true. But nonetheless, I vote that he continues to fight it. It's not my case to vote that, but nonetheless, good to see you too, Liz. Thanks for coming. So it's rather disappointing. The News Tribune already, Tom Collins, who called us protesters, they try to say that we go around. They act like Jacob you know how Jacob's only been on my audits. Yeah, Jacob, see, he confirmed it right there. He's only been on my audits with LaSalle County. But if you go read what they put on the LaSalle News Tribune right now, it's on Facebook and online on their website. They're claiming that we go all over the state, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, we don't, actually. Number two, we're allowed to completely do that anyway, right? And even long ago, every department that was questioned about it pretty much had no actual complaints against what has happened. Actually, almost all of the local departments don't give me a problem at all, and haven't, besides LaSalle County. So it's definitely been disappointing. I was gonna hop on last night and update for that part of it, but we had a lot of stuff going on, didn't happen. But nonetheless, it was very disappointing. I'm kind of glad I wasn't there when they read it, but I wish I was, because poor guy, they did what they did when they arrested us. They literally they bring like 30 people for the sheriff's office and try to just be big pieces of crap. I heard Tara was there, among other things. I saw Donna after. Trust me, I went there being just friendly as could be. Do you have any info on Carroll County, Stevenson County, or Ogle County? My sister has been missing since October 2021. I do a little bit for Ogle. I'm not sure if you'd want to send me an email with some more information or questions or kind of get a little more detailed at accountabilityangel@yahoo.com. Spelled just like how I have it here, but no space. Hi, Brian. Good to see you. Yeah, so as you guys heard, Justice Jake was convicted on the 2 charges he was facing today because they did withdraw yesterday. They withdrew that original one for obstructing my arrest because Jim never tried to arrest me, number 1. And number two, it just didn't occur. It doesn't matter who arrested me, it didn't occur. How's the wind down here, guys? I just kind of found somewhere to pull over in one of the parks by here before I go home. Because I had to run around either way. I had to be up there running around getting some stuff done. Hi, Jonathan. Cindy. Yeah, unfortunately, they took about less than half an hour. But there was no reason Judge Ryan shouldn't have let him move it out of the county or get a different judge even, because at the root of it, they claim, as they've claimed all along, it was Judge Ryan's fake policy that was keeping us out. Right before trial, they also withdrew because they tried to, I don't know what it was, they tried to back in December file a motion for Jacob to not be able to speak on his lack of criminal history as part of his defense, and also speak on the policy thing that they didn't, the fake policy, which was really weird, like the cell phones particularly. And then they withdrew that yesterday, and as I believe I put in the post, they had put a new lawyer on it last minute, a drug lawyer. All right, I think he's primarily like a drug case lawyer, because Leela, poor Leela, I don't know if she just decided she didn't want to be a part of it, or if they didn't think she was a strong enough attorney to win against the pro se defendant, or what. They wouldn't tell us why. But Leela was off the case as of yesterday, or at least announced officially to us as yesterday, because last week when we were there, they claimed that she was on vacation. Yeah, unfortunately, also one of the other people that testified was one of the people we turned to trying to turn this in, which was the state police. There was a state police officer that, because they like abruptly called and we weren't even sure who he was at first, you know. And then it was the guy that wouldn't allow me in because I didn't make an appointment, but allowed Jacob in, and then proceeded to pretty much do nothing for him, treat him like crap, and then turn around and testified against him after Jacob went there trying to turn in what they did to us. So that was really disappointing, especially knowing that he didn't do any of that. That's the thing. None of the narratives, zero. And you guys saw there's a bunch of narratives, right? There's like 10 officer narratives or something. They're crazy. Not one of them accused Jacob of battering Jim. None. Including Jim. His own narrative didn't say it. Didn't write it down. Didn't happen, right? Number 2, they also didn't say anything about him being the reason he couldn't close the door, because in their narratives they're saying that Jim was holding his hand behind his back and his other arm was up here, so how was he trying to close the door? Nonetheless, I can't say I'm too surprised with this county and this corruption and all that. It's very disappointing to me because my brother originally came there because he wasn't a fucking auditor. As you guys know, he didn't come on any audits with me until he came on March 2nd when we were trying to turn in what Jim had done when he blasted the music, right? The week before, like 5/16. It was February 25th, Jim did that. And on March 2nd is when Jacob came with me for the first time. And what was I saying? Anyway, Jim testified that he never blasted music as I tried, or not just me, anyone, right? Is that correct? Anybody tried to turn in a complaint, which you guys know that just before my kidnapping, our kidnappings, he absolutely did. That Vice News had actually just ran a story on it because one of you notified them of it. And then they reached out to me about it. Oh. So, I don't know. That was very disappointing, and it makes me sad that he's got screwed pretty much. Number one, that he got screwed all along here and had to even defend any of this. But number two, that he came there just trying to be extra eyes and trying to help me turn in these complaints that they were abusing me with, and then he gets kidnapped and charged and convicted of crimes he never committed. That is how LaSalle County rolls. They were sitting there. Donna was like fucking giggling when I saw her, but because I got there later on. It's probably best it was later on. What makes me so mad is that they try to claim that we're out trying to be, what was it? Internet superheroes. That's what it was. Internet superheroes. Jacob had been on my videos like twice when I got kidnapped. I'm like, hello? And number two, I started this because there was a need. I began this because I had somebody try to falsely detain me and all this and say all this stuff that wasn't right, that wasn't true. He actually was part of Brew Police, who actually generally treat me pretty well. But nonetheless, that's why I got started. And it makes me very sad that Jacob got sucked in and screwed that way. But he did a good job doing his best to defend himself. And obviously they didn't trust their own lawyer that's been on the case for over a year now, because abruptly she's just gone. But she wasn't gone. She was in the building. She was there. She's just off the case. Which is weird. No one ever gets a fair trial in a small town. Yeah, it's completely... I mean, we literally are being tried at the courthouse where we were kidnapped. Like, hello. They're literally getting checked in by these goons and their friends. So Jacob has sentencing on August 4th, the day after my birthday. But, definitely disheartening. It makes me sad to see a bunch of people that don't even know what they're talking about, that don't even know their rights, talking a bunch of terrible things about my brother. Which, I mean, we're kind of used to because we've been slammed so hard. And they also made it a big point to say we were fishing for lawsuits. I know, I should start going by that. Internet super angel. But, because we weren't out for lawsuits. Actually, remember when Bonds put his hands on me, and then Lieutenant Wolford forced him, dealt with it, and then they forced him to let me in and all this. I could have sued him for that. I could have sued him for multiple times up ahead of that. Even Wolford agreed with that right after Jim played all that music. Oh, I was getting distracted. She played the victim because we won't go away. We are the problem. Yeah, so I did, very unfortunate with what happened to Jacob. He fought like hell, but sucks when you're not a trained attorney, when you're in a county that's completely against you, and where you've been smeared for over a year. I've showed you guys some of the articles, but if you actually go and look, like, search our names or, like, my online name and stuff, my channel, and they keep referring to him as Justice Jake, just trying to, I don't know. I don't even know what they're trying to do, just trying to make it some big deal. I don't know. Because they wouldn't refer to him, they'd call him the brother of me before. But, like, I don't know what they were getting at, because Jacob hadn't made a dime off of it. It's actually a costly thing to do, especially when you get kidnapped. There's a lot cheaper ways to make money on the internet, including on YouTube. But nonetheless, the whole reason I got into this is because there was a need, and I ran into that. You don't ever do anything about it. Don't think nothing of it until it happens to you, right? But anyway, that makes me feel really great about having this different attorney, because I truly feel like I would absolutely not believe in my case if Dave was still on it. I recently found out, as you guys know, that watched the video of me announcing how I fired him, that he missed my court dates, that he just wouldn't answer, all these different things. And if you want to check it out, look on the News Tribune and WLPO for Lasalle, Illinois area. I know, it's sad. I forgot what I was even talking about now. I don't know, but it's just definitely disappointing that he got dragged in and got screwed the way he did. Oh, that's what I was saying. David Shostokis, running for Attorney General of Illinois. Do not vote for him. He was seen in photographs back in February, right? So, like, right when me and Jojo got home, all that. You know, when he's dodging half my texts, acting like my case isn't shit, whatever. He's seen in photographs with Adam Diss, the sheriff of LaSalle County, as they're, like, doing some campaign stuff together at the Sheridan Resort that we have up this way. And there's multiple pictures of them together. Fucking looking half drunk, all happy. Which was extremely concerning to me, because why the fuck is my lawyer hanging out with this dude that's running all this stuff where they're trying to drag me into the ground? Like, that guy won't even answer. I filed a complaint against Adam just today after Jacob's trial, since I did miss the verdict. I came there after anyway, so I was already on my way, just left. And I filed one because this took office July 1st of last year, right after Sheriff Templeton left. And anyway, in that time, I filed, I don't know how many complaints on them trying to falsely arrest us, threaten me with trespassing, actually did trespass me, put their hands on me, Donna assaulted me while I was injured, all sorts of different things, right? Just getting to run around, being told how the whole reason Tara did what she did, and they even played Tara video, the crotch camp, they played that too, and they still convicted him, right, where they're literally setting it up, right, part of it. So yeah, I went in and I filed complaints on all of that. For Dis has never, and not one investigator, anybody on behalf of them has ever contacted me back regarding more of my story, my claims, any evidence. I have nothing, not any update at all. And when I call them, I can't get nowhere, not anywhere, and I call them a lot. I've left voicemails for Adam Dis, the sheriff. I have left voicemails for all of them, all their commands, you know, their supervisors, pretty much all of them. Never hear back. I've left notes. I've requested meetings. Again today, I requested it in large letters so I can't miss it, that I'm requesting a meeting regarding the repeated misconduct and abuse and whatnot that we are suffering from. I only got a few more minutes because my phone's low. I felt the need to get on here and do it sooner rather than later. Especially because later I'll have kitties in the background screaming, having fun. I've seen the videos and they have screwed you both and your brother for sure. I support and watch. Hey, thank you, Will. Greatly appreciated. I still have those videos from earlier this week. I just haven't uploaded. We've had a lot going on. Yeah, I know it. That's the weirdest part is like, and they're even saying, oh, and Jacob's part in injuring the court security officer, Jim Noblock. It's like, well, I thought you said I injured Jim. I thought you said that Jim was injured before Jacob ever came out. Before Jacob came out. That was the whole thing. Jim had that arm up 15 seconds, stops. I think it was actually like 13 seconds, but I go with 15. Of course they want to make an example. Of course they do. Don't mess with corrupt publicly funded employees, servants, actually. Yeah, exactly. You know what? That's why we got arrested. Was they knew, and we had said it in front of them, that we were there to turn in the complaints, but to also cut my head off. It drives me nuts. But Anyway, to turn in the complaints that day on March 8th, and also to go to the county board meeting. We announced that. Thanks, Jim. That name, actually, Jim, reminds me that that muffin chops guy, the guy with the sideburns that refused to give me my receipt when I paid them money for FOIAs. I believe it's for FOIAs. And who has been just mean and nasty every time. And I think I was live with you guys when, I believe it was the first time I met him, and he opened the door just when I asked him to identify and stuff, and he was being a bully. He's like, you know who I am. You know, being all like weird about it, because I didn't know who he was. I didn't. Little did I know, once I found out yesterday after we had some conversations, well, and I Googled it when I went up to my car, but after me and him, yeah, tyrant chops. But he is Rob Urinich, who is the former Lasalle police chief who retired back in, I believe it was 2020, who I had reached out to years ago. I mean, before I was a mom. Like I was like 22, like 7 years ago, 8 years ago, about some dirty MF within his police department. Will do, Justice Jake. I won't be on here long anyway because it's about to die. But, and I never heard back from him. And what I had to talk about, what I was talking about to him, was very serious in nature. I don't want to get into it right now. I did get into it with him once I realized who that was because it made me so angry. I was like, that's what your problem is with me? That's why you've treated me that way this time? Because I hadn't met him. And when I first met him, he was so mean. And he has been ever since. He's threatened me with arrest. Also, like I said, I turned in that complaint today about the repeated Adam Dish just not contacting me back, him and any other person in charge of handling the complaints. It's like, so what the hell are people supposed to do? What are they supposed to do? Like, I don't get it. Even when you sit there and they tell you stay outside and stand against the wall and press the button or you're getting arrested and remember, give your complaint that way, they don't write it down. They don't write it down. Yeah, I feel terrible for Jacob, but there you expose. I know, right? God forbid you expose them. So yeah, it's very disheartening and upsetting. I still kind of makes me like question a lot of things in this county. It's a sick, fucked up county, that's for sure. But it happens all over, and I guess if you don't keep fighting it and keep pushing, then what are they going to do? Make you stop? I mean, what are they going to do with me? Make me stop? No. Nope. I don't care if they have me in a jail cell for 10 days. I will be redressing my grievances from in there. Actually, I do care. Don't even try me. But yeah, for them to sit there and paint us like we wanted lawsuits, number one, we absolutely deserve lawsuits now. I mean, our names were smeared. We spent money. We spent a lot of time that we weren't compensated for. I mean, I can't even tell you the amount of articles. They did a freaking Mother's Day post about me last year, just redoing pretty much the whole scenario from when it first happened 2 months before, just to try and get, because it was a big story. It was their biggest For the Record ever, was their big thing for WLPO. The ones that try to tell me that if I didn't come on their show that they'd say I was too chicken. Like, bro, you don't understand who you're messing with. Like, don't start with me. Trying to be nice. So, yeah, but I feel it's great that I got rid of that old lawyer. Because, I mean, what kind of freaking lawyer gets pictured and posts to the internet with it? Doing campaign stuff with his client's, one of her kidnappers, essentially. So that just sealed the deal even more. I believe I saw that after he was fired. But it's definitely very disappointing. When Jacob was kidnapped, he had just got engaged, like, what, a day or two before? They just got back from their trip. So, no, I don't think any of us were dying to get kidnapped by the police. We definitely weren't. Yes, also, Donna got up there. When I saw her yesterday, I didn't even realize she was up there testifying because she came out when I was waiting out there doing the witness waiting thing. I was like, oh, hi, Donna. And she just didn't say anything like she tries to now. I think she got in trouble for what she did to me. and she knew I was injured, but I don't think she got in real trouble. She just got a talking to, probably. So, yeah. Well, yeah, dude, they played the video of the terror thing and all this stuff. They showed Jim sitting there just downright not letting people in when they're trying to redress their grievances, like all this different stuff, lying under oath on the stand. That can turn around and bite him hard. Thanks, I didn't do much to it today, I'm going to tell you what. But we had a lot going on this morning. Let them lie, will all be exposed. Yeah, but I'm very proud of him for sticking to his guns. Oddly enough, they didn't offer him any plea, which was weird. I'm glad, because he didn't take one, obviously. I will never take one. I can stack all the charges they want, because the thing is, I know I'm innocent. If they try to convict me, you're damn right, I'm going to fight that every step of the way. Donald, we don't know yet until August 5th. They mentioned a blind plea oh, did they? So they offered him a blind plea this morning now, but all along they hadn't. They offered me a pretty decent one had I actually beat up the police, but I didn't months ago, and I laughed in her face, I believe. Dora never offered me one again. But he doesn't have anything to pay right now. August 4th is when he goes back to find out whatever's going to go on. So we'll see. I don't know. You know they're going to try and do something. I don't even want to I don't even want to guess. They're sick motherfuckers. They are sick, twisted people who allow their people to threaten our lives, to literally threaten to arrest us. I can't tell you how many times I've been threatened with false arrests, personally. My brother was beat up with a door by the sergeant that kidnapped us. I don't even think he took the stand, right? Oh, I know, he put up a good fight. He was really with it, because the second I realized that I was no longer going to defend myself, so at first I was like, screw that, it'll get thrown in there. Well, it didn't. And anyway, when I went to that order of protection thing with Tara, where she tried to come at me with a lawyer, and I acted as my own lawyer when I wasn't mentally prepared. I didn't know she was coming with one. Like, probably shouldn't have thought that way, but I did. And yeah, that's when I realized I was like, I have even things I know in my head, like when I'm anxiety ridden, I couldn't sit there and hold it together, especially, and not have some outbursts like calling them out for one of the 50 million things they've done. I just couldn't do it. That's why I decided to throw in the towel and hire one. But then I got the worst one there was when I thought he was a great one. He's supposed to be a constitutional lawyer. No. So we'll see. There's a great time ahead. Yeah, exactly. You know, he stuck it through. He saw it through completely, took it seriously, wore some fresh shirt, you know. Didn't wear the I can't hear you over my freedom shirt. Maybe he should have, I don't know. You know, and I don't know if me testifying would have helped or not at this point. I mean, really, it wouldn't have helped the prosecution very much, I don't believe. Because that's the thing, I don't go around harassing people, harassing the police. I go in trying to conduct business or just trying to film, which is business as well, in hopes that nobody bothers us. Lets you do your thing like you're doing nothing else. I mean, our officers are all going to have body cams by, at the latest, 2025. It's 2023 for the larger areas, which generally a lot of times have them anyway. It's like, that's a great thing, I think. That is a great thing. And grand injustice has definitely been committed. Fight this. I know, I mean, I'm going to continue to encourage that, but I'm also going to respect whatever he thinks is best for him and his, you know, because this is a mentally draining thing. It definitely is. Especially trying to defend yourself. So we'll see. And that's the thing, they sit there, I don't get how they're trying to claim that both of us were obstructing from blocking the door. I believe mine is because I wouldn't step back, follow his command to step back so he could close the door, I think is how it's worded. But I don't know. That's about all we got. I just wanted to give you guys that little update. It definitely is an injustice. I think it's pretty sick, actually, that they dragged him in like that. And that they played the tape where you could hear them talking all this terrible stuff that you guys heard. And I don't know. It's definitely a strange thing, that's for sure. Donna seemed pretty giddy when I saw her afterwards. I just went in there with like a big old smile on my face anyway, trying to let them know you can't mess with us. You're gonna win. Start showing us. Yeah, I know. I need to. Now that, things have cooled down, within the family and stuff, that's definitely going to be an option. Because as you guys know, that the first time I went there in 6 months, because everything had happened, I hadn't been to any of my court dates. The lawyer didn't. Yeah, I know. But that's when Donna immediately bombarded me with that anonymous FOIA. They threatened to arrest me. I think that's also the same day that they surrounded me later over at the state's attorney's office. So we'll see. I mean, they have a pattern of practice of doing all this. Very interesting stuff. I don't have much time, though. My phone's about to die. I have to get back to the littles. They held up a lot of our time. They've cost a lot of money. They've done a lot of different things. I think that they never intended to call me as a witness. And they were aware that Jacob didn't intend to. I think they wanted me out of the courtroom. So, either way, honestly, today, I kind of needed to anyway this morning, so it's fine. Whatever, but they pulled the fast one. Screw them. Fuck you, Tara Hyde, Jim Noblock, lying ass Donna Ortiz, Larry Majerus, Tom Templeton, Lieutenant Wolford, I thought better of you. A whole slew of them, pretty much. Whiny Wendy, who was cheering and clapping and literally jumping and dancing. We saw the video after we were kidnapped. Fuck all of you. Anywho, we'll see. Apparently we got a bunch of idiot jurors. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, that's got to be the case. It's got to be. You would think. But we'll see. I'll update you more. Poor Justice Jake's getting smeared right now, so what can you do? But honestly, they withdrew their other charge. They knew. That's the thing. The original charge he was charged with was withdrawn. It just kind of wild to me that they were able to still manage to use the phones, all this stuff that was tied to that. I don't know. They are. They definitely are. But guys, that's pretty much my update for today. I may make a static video later with some other things. But right now I'm running on limited time and limited phone battery, and I gotta call Justice Jake, so we greatly appreciate it. Disappointing, but that's kind of what can happen when you get kidnapped by the police for crimes you never committed. Yep. Yes, exactly. He saw it through, did the best he can, did a good job, in my opinion, from what I saw. According to everybody that actually got to sit there and be there, he had some support from some friends. His lovely fiance was here with him the whole time, being supportive, so at least we got that. So, that's my update for right now. The battle is not over. As things still stand, my trial is still set for July 18th. So I'll update on that too as well. Hey, Book Hermit, good to see you. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Tell your friends, watch out for tyrants, don't get kidnapped. Fuck you, Donna, bye.